Welcome back. This is Charlie Lotus, aka Lo.
It's Theezy, aka Theezy, and we back giving y'all some juice and some tea.
And we are here to give you guys another update. If you are new here, we recently did a video to describe our experience within our fifth pregnancy from 8 weeks to 12 weeks. This is our second home birth, but our first time doing our home birth from the very beginning. Last time we didn't sign on until the third trimester. So this is a new experience for us and we want to take you guys along for the ride. And now we are here to discuss 12 to 16 weeks. And we are officially in the second trimester.
Safe zone, baby.
Safe zone, feeling oh so grateful. For those of you who do follow us and know us, know that we lost our first baby via miscarriage. The first trimester, it's always a time that I remember that moment and that time of how excited we were, and then for it to just be kind of taken away. And so I always really look forward to 12 to 13 week mark and knowing that we're in the safe zone. Baby's well. Really interesting though is that we didn't get to hear the heartbeat until 14 weeks when our midwives came, which was really reassuring for me. It gave me a sense of peace for sure. Still very strange that we have not had an ultrasound. We understand how, well, our midwives told us that, ultrasounds are not good for the baby. It's not good for their development. It's not good for their heart rate, things like that. And some babies can't even handle the radiation from the ultrasound. So highly advise against it. I mean, we're still hoping that there's just one in there. So I think the only way we will find that out is with an ultrasound around the time of the anatomy scan, which is supposed to be around like 18 to 20 weeks. And we've only had one midwife appointment, which feels very uneventful this time around.
Yeah.
Because when we signed on to do a home birth last pregnancy, we didn't sign on until the third trimester. By the time we got started, it was, we had midwives and our appointments every 2 weeks. And then it was birth meetings. Every week we were having meetings, and then, then it was showtime. It's felt very uneventful. Not sure if we've ever specified about the home birth, and the midwife team that we decided on is that they come to our house.
Yeah, so it's fun.
Which is lovely.
You get to chill, and they pull up, dap it up, all fresh off of a dinner or a sushi plate by the chef. And then, they just pull up and let us know that the baby's good, hear the heartbeat.
Make sure there's no protein in the urine, things like that. It's just a normal prenatal checkup, but they come to our house, which is really nice.
It's definitely solid.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anxiety, I'm not anxious, but just you're not so worried about the birth and doing all the hospital visits and the check-ins and the this and the that. It's more so like, oh, you're good. It's a natural way of doing things. But to each their own. We've done them, not all, but every single, we've had multiple different births that we went through. Well, she went through the birth. I was just there chilling. In this whole process, it feels calmer. It feels more calm, and it also feels like we aren't rushing anything in terms of having to know the baby or having to know what it is. Everything that we typically do that's typically known as normal, we get to chill and kind of sit back and just watch and just kind of go through life enjoying the pregnancy. She's not been raging at all. She's been this.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that as well is that.
Off my back.
Oh, also, I mean, for those of you who are new here, we are not finding out the gender of the baby either, the sex of the baby, until they're here. That also feels like a release in a way. I think our first baby was the only baby that we did a gender reveal for. And then the second one was during COVID, and he couldn't come to any of the appointments.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where either I would have to come home with an envelope and just share it, or we'd have to literally go to an ultrasound place and do it that way. And during COVID, we were just like, let's just do a surprise birth. And then we really enjoyed it. And that's kind of how it went from there.
It's either we have 5 girls or 4 girls and 1 boy. That's what it is.
Yeah. Once I've decided something, I'm pretty just stuck on it. I think with the amount of ultrasounds that I've had, even the last 3 pregnancies while doing a surprise genders, you're laying there and know that they could see. And it takes great constraint to not like
Did the
want
lady
to
tell you?
peek or like ask.
Do you know what's in there?
No, I don't know. What?
Y'all been?
I haven't had an ultrasound.
Oh.
I still have not had an ultrasound.
Oh yeah.
Even at 16 weeks. I know it's really strange. And like he was saying, like not the anxiety, but like there's a little bit of angst. I have a little bit of white coat syndrome. A lot of people associate hospitals with things that are like wrong, because I don't necessarily believe that hospitals are built to be preventative. They're usually where people go when something has hit a certain point past good health. Yeah, I've really enjoyed not going to the hospital.
Any symptoms or anything that feels different from last time?
So symptom wise, I have more energy now that I'm in the second trimester, but I also feel like I'm trying to do more because I have more energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't had any like rage, I would say.
I don't think you've had ever.
The first trimester for sure, I was struggling. I was just like this ultimate point of like irritation and this irritability that would happen, and then
who irritated you?
I mean, there's a lot going on here all the time. I would say that no form of nausea. Honestly, this has probably been the best pregnancy symptom-wise thus far. With the other 4, I feel like I was not well or always like kind of nauseous or nauseated or just either like starving and then I would eat and then I'd feel nauseous. And that's really not the case with this one. Actually, I feel like this is probably the most calm I've ever been in all aspects of like emotions. You know what? This pregnancy is different, is that I cry a lot more at happy things. Happy things make me tear up, like really cute things, which was not the case the past 4. What?
The heartbeat. Didn't we hear the heartbeat?
Yeah, we finally heard the heartbeat at our first midwife appointment. Is that your impersonation of the heartbeat or what the baby's doing inside? So yeah, that was our first midwife appointment and we got to hear the heartbeat, and we won't see our midwives again for another month, which feels like forever. For those of you who have been on this journey before, you know how fast it goes. It's like the longest, fastest experience ever.
Yeah, boop, you got a baby. And they just leave you like, all right, y'all, we did our job.
No.
Wait, where y'all going? You're gonna leave it here with all these little beautiful babies.
Oh, we should talk about our plan eventually of like how we manage the littles when the baby first gets here.
Oh yeah, it's pretty fun.
Daddy daycare.
Free for all. What do you want to eat? Go get it.
Pretty much. No. No.
Go find you something to eat. Can I eat these? Yep. Whatever you want. Call me if you need something open. It's Daddy daycare. We outside working out. We getting all the food we need. We getting all the buckets we need. We playing tag. That's their cardio.
I usually will be very purposeful in how I plan and wash their hair and style their hair so that he's not bothered with it for like the first couple weeks.
Well, I mean, I can get down and do the braids.
I will usually braid the girl's hair.
Yeah, typically I can do, if I need to go and do my thing, I do my thing. I'm really good at ponytails though.
But yeah, I will usually try to braid the girl's hair as close to, if I'm getting closer and closer to my due date or as we get closer to the end.
You're a ponytail hater.
Beezy here is usually on food duty too.
I be chefing a lot.
Especially like the first few weeks.
I be chefing. Whatever's on what you need on the menu.
Yeah.
Pasta, we got it. We going tacos, homemade, handmade tortillas. We can get it how you want to do it. Handmade guac, homemade guac, pico, all that. Yeah, from all around the world. Passport stamped.
Also, I think because home birth is something that like we believe so wholeheartedly in, is that we forget that other people around us or who haven't done a home birth or don't know the process, they ask questions like, oh, so who's going to watch the girls when you go to have the baby?
Yeah, they at the crib.
Like, no, we're all here.
It's a party.
And, you know, my response is always like, I just hope the baby comes in at night while they're asleep.
Yeah, because
so I honestly think that the girls would be really, really compassionate. We have very compassionate children.
I just don't want the girls to be there when the new baby pops out. Just like, There wasn't a baby night. They just hear her cry. It's like, what is that? Where did it come? They could be asleep. I'm praying they sleep.
Yeah, it's just always easier that way. I mean, I have not experienced having a home birth with my children awake. I've watched enough YouTube videos.
Yeah, we don't need that. But the home birth experience is amazing. It's fun. So I'm glad to get to another one. We appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure you subscribe. And
Yeah, definitely make sure you hit the bell notification so that you are notified when we post another video. And make sure you come back for our next bump date, which will be 16 to 20 weeks.
Yeah, the right way.
Halfway there.
The road to either 5 or 4 and 1. What shall it be?
Make sure you leave in the comments what do you think it is below based on the symptoms or...
We just want a healthy baby, you know. We
yes,
just want a healthy baby.
And God knows the desires of our heart. But God will always give you what you need.
Amen.
Amen. Y'all stay blessed.
Big deuces.